It quite literally took a full year for it to come out. But this anime's movie finally got the American release. I remember watching the first season and seeing they announced the movie to come out like a month after, which it did, but we didn't get an American release till all the way now. Now, I already made a video on the first season, so I'm not really going to go over that, but I will give a quick little recap since it's been a minute. So we got 3 characters we got to worry about: MC, Ryuji, and Aoi. Our MC is something called an Otokonoko. I hope I'm not butchering that. And basically, it just means that they're a cross-dresser. Now, these 3 characters kind of got a little love triangle going on. Both Ryuji and Aoi like MC, but despite having 2 options, MC won't pursue any of them because they don't know how to properly love somebody, and they feel like it wouldn't be fair if they got with someone that they don't really like, which means both of the other characters are constantly being rejected by them. But then we get hit with a crazy twist because it turns out Aoi doesn't even like MC like that. She kind of just forced herself to have a crush on MC so she can seem normal because she hasn't liked anybody yet, and I guess she just chose MC at random. But after faking her emotions for a little minute, it obviously ain't gonna hold up. So eventually down the line, she kind of ended up just cutting off MC. And after losing one of their friends, MC ends up forcing himself to date Ryuji, scared that Ryuji's gonna dip off on MC as well, leaving them lonely, even though MC doesn't like Ryuji. And to be expected, that fake relationship does not last long, and they end up breaking up like a few episodes later, pretty much meaning the whole love triangle broke apart, splitting everybody away. So then for the final episodes, it was kind of just all 3 of the characters going through their own little emotional arcs, getting over certain things, and eventually by the end of the anime, they all came together again to be friends. Now obviously after all that, there's still a lot of loose ends, which is why they made the movie. But that's all for the recap. If you want a more in-depth video, I'll link my original video if I remember it. But in all honesty, it is a pretty old video for me, so do not expect the best quality, I won't lie. And now onto the movie. And I really couldn't tell you when this happened, but at some point MC ended up falling for Aoi, the same girl that only threw themselves at MC to fulfill their own void. But before anything could even happen between MC and Aoi starts going through a whole bunch of family issues. For some proper context, because I really didn't bring it up in the recap, but both Aoi's mom and dad are kind of shitty parents. Aoi's dad neglects her, and her mom literally abandoned her as a child. But at some point during the anime, Aoi's mom just came back into her life on some crazy shit too, because she acted like she never dipped on her, but she came back with her expecting a whole relationship, which she got actually. And it actually got to the point where Aoi was finna move in with her mom, even after just getting back with her a few months ago. But that was until she found about her mom's new guy. And obviously, like most people would, Aoi starts feeling weird about it. Even though your parents ain't together and it's obvious and you know that, it's still hard to comprehend seeing your parent get with another person, even if said parent was rarely even in your life. So then Aoi goes into her own little depression arc, pretty much just avoiding everybody else and genuinely hogging up the majority of the movie. The movie had a runtime of 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I am dead ass when I tell you Aoi probably had a full hour of screen time for herself. But we're gonna talk about that later, because right now with the little screen time that they do get, MC is finna do something pretty stupid. In the middle of Aoi's whole sad arc, MC decides to go up to her and confess to her. And to no fucking surprise, MC gets rejected. Look around you. This has to be the worst scene to ever try to confess. I mean, it's raining heavily, just straight gloomy weather, my G. You can see your friend probably going through something. They've been avoiding you for a little minute, and you feel like right now is the best time to confess. I mean, get it off your chest if you have to, but that success rate is too low. You could have waited, I don't know, a little week, or you could have done it a week before or something. I just feel like the timing is completely off. But now after that rejection, the friend group that just came back together is once again split up. But at this time in the movie, we kind of have like 20 minutes left, so you know that whole split ain't gonna last too long. Usually you'd expect MC or maybe Ryuji or maybe some person from Aoi's family come to Aoi, give her a little motivational speech, and then, you know, MC and Aoi would hash things out, boom, boom, everything would be sunshine and rainbows. Well, that is not what happened, because we ended up getting these two random girls, and they're the ones who pick up Aoi's spirit. I mean, I ain't gonna just call them randoms. The two of them are Aoi's friends, but genuinely, who the fuck are these people? They might have been in the first season. I genuinely don't remember. They're just not key characters at all, is what I'm trying to say, but they're used as major turning points. And basically, they just tell Aoi the same thing that everyone else around her has been telling her to do what you want. And after a little prep talk to her homies that we don't know, Aoi proceeds to actually do something for herself. A little bit later, she ends up going back to MC and confessing to them, confessing to the same person they just rejected. I can't even blame Aoi though. The moment was just not right. But here's something that didn't really spark with me. If I'm correct, as I just said in my recap, Aoi doesn't like MC. Originally, she just made herself like MC to feel different or feel normal, I guess. But then, she cut MC off because yada yada. But now they come back and confess to MC. So I'm thinking that Aoi actually like MC and it was just some like weird shit because these characters do not be in tune with their feelings ever. Or did the author just forget and they needed a way to patch up MC and her friendship without going the friend zone route. But then again, it has been a full year since I watched the first season, so do not take that statement as completely facts. Maybe there was a little moment from the first season that I forgot about. To be completely honest with you, I did not rewatch the first season for this video. I literally just rewatched my own video that I made on the first season. I really just wanted to say it felt weird seeing Aoi telling MC they liked him this whole time, when obviously that wasn't the case. But nonetheless, MC obviously ended up accepting the confession, and that was that. And then the rest of the movie was kind of just Aoi going around tying up her loose ends now that she got some confidence in herself. I've been wanting this moment to happen for so long, but she finally went and pressed her mother about dipping on her and then coming back like ain't shit happened. And I won't lie, her mom's answer was dead ass weak as hell. If I was Aoi, I might have cut her off, I ain't gonna lie. Her mother's main reason that she left her was because she thought parenting was too hard and she didn't want to do that. And I quote, she said that Aoi's grandma could take better care of her than she could, and she left, not to cause trouble for others. You know how stupid that sounds? You leave your child behind for someone else to raise because you feel like they could do it better, instead of stepping your own game up. I don't know, go to a parental class, go to therapy, read a book. I don't know. I mean, I don't got kids, so I guess it's like too crazy to speak on it for me. But I feel like, leaving your kid to somebody else is the last thing you should be doing. But I guess you can't hold people's past against them, which Aoi doesn't. And she just takes her mom's weak ass explanation and weak ass apology and patches her shit up with her. And that's quite literally the end of the movie. Now, before I throw out these complaints, let me just put a statement out there. I enjoyed the anime. I enjoyed the first season quite a bit. If I can recall it, I'm pretty sure that was my favorite anime that came out that season, whenever it came out. I want to say summer 2024 or fall 2024. I'm not completely sure. But bro, I waited a full year for this movie to get an adaptation to America, just for the whole movie to be dedicated about the character I give the least fucks about. Aoi's cool, like no disrespect to her, but compared to MC and Ryuji, I'd rather see more about them. Why is MC not getting moments in their own show? I could get if this was just a spin-off or something, but it isn't. I mean, the title is literally about MC. The main premise of the show is about MC and them being a crossdresser. It's literally the title of the show. So why is Aoi getting the most development out of all these characters, especially MC? I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving other people their own arcs, but a full movie, bro? Maybe it's just a little anger because I had to wait a year for it, and maybe if it came out back then, I probably wouldn't have gave two shits about it, but that just don't sound right with me. MC barely got a moment to themselves. Their biggest moment was getting rejected. Like, what else do they have in the whole movie? And let's not even get started on Ryuji. I don't think I even brought them up once in this whole movie. Shit, I didn't even need to bring up bro in the recap because he didn't have any scenes here. He showed up like a maximum of 4 times throughout the whole movie. I feel like the author just got some faves. Because how do you make a story about a crossdresser, but they're not even the main focus? They rather put the spotlight on a girl who got some parental issues, like we haven't seen that 100 times. I ain't trying to throw disses. I mean, like, I still enjoyed the show. I won't say I enjoyed the movie, I can't lie, but I enjoyed the show in general. But like, MC's problems are quite unique, and you don't really get to see much of it, but you don't get to see much of it in the show that you're supposed to see much of it. I don't know, bro. It's all dumb to me. I'm gonna have to see y'all when I see y'all.